Hello, custom car enthusiasts, and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So in the last episode we accomplished a story mission, but we're going to do another story mission in this one. I read it last time, but we're going to look at the Del Rey Custom. Hello, a friend of mine has recommended you as being an expert to go to. Anyway, I bought this car at an auction. I guess it was used as a parts donor, but I've decided to fix her up. See what parts are missing and put her back together. Thank you. Alright, so I love the car overall. Definitely pleased with. Ooh, it is. It is a gorgeous looking car. The engine looks like it's what needs to be rebuilt. Alright, so another thing I had noticed is we now have car lifter C, which is right here. Sort of a neat thing. Gonna try it out this time, see what I think of it. I like the fact that we're right by the engine hoist, so that'll make that easier. First thing we're gonna do though is we're gonna actually have to come over here because we're gonna need this oil drain. Put it to car lifter C. Okay, there's no oil in the thing. Got it. Is there any actual engine in here? Not a whole lot of one. Alright, well, let's get it disconnected. And overall, the car is really nice looking. I think pretty much it's the engine that's the parts donor part, but we will see. If that's the case, then this should be a fairly straightforward situation. Yeah, we can get all that off once we lower the vehicle down. Come on. Okay. There we go. Sort of being a pain. Wasn't wanting to do what it's supposed to. You know what? Not really happy with this lift overall. Let's go ahead and move it to my favorite one of A. Just like it better over here. Alright, so we are missing a whole bunch of pieces. Let's disassemble it the rest of the way to see what might be missing on the inside as well. Well, that explains why there was no oil in it. There's no oil pan even. We've got some pistons. Not all of them. Alright, so we have what we have. Let's take it over to the table. Anything need to be fixed? I mean, we might as well touch up these parts. Make them as perfect as we can. Alright. Now, I'm going to have to shop for parts It's going to be a bit different than I normally do it because I'm going to have to go off the list of what's missing here. So I need to be closer to the car because, yeah, what I'm going to have to do is go to this. I'm going to need 5 valve push rods. Carburetor, 4 barrel. Yeah, so this is going to take me a little bit in order to do this shopping list, but I will be back as soon as I do. Alright, I have spent about 20 minutes on buying things, and in all honesty, I don't know if I have everything. The issue with it is, and I'll show you real fast, the list here is not in order. So we've got valve push rods here. Then we come down later in the list, and we've got a few more here. And it'll be that way throughout the list. You won't have everything sort of clumped together. So trying to figure out what you need is almost impossible. So we're going to put together what we have, and then from there we will see if we need things still. I definitely am going to need some more piston rings, that I can see right off the top. Alright, so I'm going to need 5 more piston rings. As I said, it's one of those, it's so confusing to try to follow the list there. The only good news is, since I sort of know exactly what I need, because I have worked on enough engines in this game, I was able to sort of say, okay, I need 5 of these or 8 of these, and in most cases I was okay with that. Oh, so I need a crankshaft bearing cap still. And that's the one good thing, is that if I don't have the part, it lets me know. I thought I had enough of those. My mistake. We'll pick up that last one. I mean, definitely if I was going through this engine myself and saying what parts I needed for it, I would have made a list to go shopping with. It would have been a little bit more systematic and ensured that I had everything I needed. Alright, so the bottom is now buttoned up. Let's go ahead and rotate it. Let's get this back end taken care of first. There we go. I always do enjoy rebuilding an engine, it's just this one was missing so much stuff. Definitely posed a different type of challenge. That's alright. As I said, I think we have pretty much everything we needed. So now it's just a matter of putting it all back together. Even little things like these clips for the distributor here were missing. So I had to go purchase those. Alright. Now I can get the brand new heads put in place. Get all these spark plugs in. Think I got enough of them for this task. Not positive, but I think I did. Alright, that's on. Put on the manifold. Then we can get our carbs in place. And personally, this is a great engine. I love the look of it. It's got a lot of power to it, and at the same time, it's got a really nice sound. Just, it matches this car so well. The car itself is one that I really, really like. So, I'm happy to be putting in this work on this vehicle. Oh, I was like, I thought I was done with the engine for a moment. I completely forgot about the push rods. And then everything that comes above the push rods. These are another area where I don't know if I got enough rocker arms or push rods, but we will see here, and if we need to, we'll purchase a few more. I am recording this before my vacation. This will come out the week when I'm on vacation, so hopefully I am out enjoying life right now, but hopefully you're enjoying these videos as well. Definitely getting excited that soon after I get back, the sequel to my favorite game of all time will be out in Planet Coaster 2. That's definitely one I'm looking forward to. Hopefully it's going to live up to the expectations and such. I have a strong feeling that it's going to. With that type of game, most likely there's going to be some issues when it first comes out. I expect that, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to what might go on in the game. So, on top of that, during my vacation, I'm hoping to visit a Six Flags, so hopefully get some inspiration and get to enjoy the amusement park style again myself. Get on some coasters, as it's been close to a year, I'd say, since I was on a coaster. I mean, this trip is for my anniversary with my wife, and last year for our anniversary we did go to a bunch of parks throughout the United States. We ended up going to Dollywood, which we absolutely enjoyed. Then we went to like SeaWorld, Universal, all those down in Florida. So I'm not sure. I think I've been to a local amusement park once since then last year. So it has been a while, definitely. And I'm looking forward to it again. I got more valve push rods than I needed, evidently, but that's alright. You know what? Better to have them, not need them, than to need them and not have them, I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and put the brake servo in that we purchased. And we can put the battery in that we purchased. And then we can get the lift over here to bring this engine in. Oop. There we go. Now we'll put it over there and install it. Get that out of our way. Beautiful engine now. Fill it up with oil. Perfect. Piston with Conrod. All the piston with Conrods have been put in. Let's lower it down because I'm going to have to get underneath the vehicle to get to that issue. I just wonder if it's one of the used ones and it didn't like where I had put it or something. Move this over there. Let's tear this engine back out. That is one thing I am not a fan of with this game because it has all the pistons in it. It might just be that some of them are slightly used and the others are not. So there goes my beautiful new oil that we just put into it. Lower it back down and yank this engine back out and try to get to the pistons in the most efficient manner possible because I do not want to take this engine back apart. I'm gonna have to take this engine back apart. That's really, really frustrating. So tempted just to send it out the way it is and say you don't like it, too bad. Because that's really sort of a silly glitch in the game. Alright, let's start tearing apart this whole piece of garbage here. Next time I have an engine like this, I think I'm just going to throw away every piece they give me and just buy an entirely brand new engine. Because, yeah, this is really annoying. I like the game overall, but yeah, this is just a pain in the butt for no reason other than the game doesn't get it, I guess, would be the best way to put it. I mean, the quote-unquote used pistons, I think, are at like 80% or 89%. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I gotta take all the... Yeah, and if a customer made me do this, if he was that OCD or something, then I would charge him for it. I'd charge him for the extra man hours, and I'd just remove any of the used parts entirely and charge him for brand new ones. It's sad too because, as I said, I really like this car. It's one of my favorite cars. But at this point, I sort of want to be almost playing my recycling center game and shove at least the engine into the recycler and just watch it be ground into bits. All that, so now we can get to these. I want the pistons. Yeah, they were at 88%. All this trouble because they aren't 100. You know what? We're just going to buy some new ones, throw those in the garbage, basically. He can foot the bill for them. Now let's do this again. Like, I get if the size tires on the front and the back are different, so you obviously have to put the proper ones in each place. That I get perfectly fine. But with an engine that's basically donor parts like this, all the parts are in good quality condition. Who cares? They are not excessively worn. The engine block isn't something that's excessively worn. So there's no real point in what we just did there other than the game wanting to be picky. It's just lucky I didn't have to rip off the front of the engine as well. Redo all that too, but as I said, normally I don't usually get frustrated in a game, but this one definitely has me frustrated right now. Because this was just a silly waste of time. Particularly doing the valve push rods over again. Not a fun job. I mean, 16 of them. They're not the easiest thing to click on. And as I said, all for a silly reason. Sometimes I love the direction it pulls the camera in too. Alright. Now let's get this thing off of this jack, off of the stand. Put it back into the car. Better be good now. Everything's good on it. Perfect. Fill it with oil again. Get it the heck out of my garage. Still have to put the gearbox and stuff in, but still. At this point, I have lost interest in this car. Alright. Car should be done. It is. Get it out of there. Okay. Well, to say that was stressful there toward the end would be an understatement. I like the car. It's a pretty car, but as I said, the game was sort of annoying there. Really sort of took a little bit of the joy out of it for me. But hopefully you did enjoy it. I mean, you got to see an engine rebuilt basically twice in this episode. And if you did enjoy it, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you back for more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018.